Everything revolves around hockey.
Extremely high.
We have to live the success that we all aspire to.
The NHL has experienced moments that transcend the rink while skating on the precipice of triumph and disaster. There are some horrifying stories of NHL players whose lives were turned upside down on the ice, their joy suddenly turned into tears. Well, it's time to have a look at those players. Make sure you stick with this video until the end. Let's get into it. Alexander Craon. Alexander Craon, a Kazakhstan ice hockey prodigy, had a brief but promising career that unexpectedly ended due to a tragic circumstance. In the first round of the 1999 National Hockey League entry draft, the Nashville Predators selected Craon. During his one season with the team, he displayed his exceptional abilities. On the other hand, the course of his blossoming career took a sad turn on July 3, 2002, when he had a brain hemorrhage that rendered him unable to perform his cross-country preseason workouts in Samara. Not only did this unanticipated occurrence cut short a career that was brimming with potential, but it also threw a shadow on the goals of the talented athlete. The hockey community mourned the loss of a player whose untimely passing left a lasting impression. This player's passing brought to our attention the fragility that is associated with the quest for athletic excellence, as well as the unpredictability of the path through life. Vyacheslav Bezukladnikov. Although he was a beloved figure in Russian hockey, Vyacheslav Bezukladnikov left an indelible impression on the sport by representing his country at the 1994 Olympics as well as multiple international championships. By his status as a highly esteemed player for Lada Togliatti, he became synonymous with skill and dedication. Bezukladnikov, however, had a tragic accident in 2001 while participating in a cross-country training session in Sandansky, Bulgaria. He fell unexpectedly. Due to the abrupt and strange nature of his condition, the medical professionals were astounded, which resulted in a race against time to determine the underlying cause. After initially entering a coma, the well-liked athlete ultimately passed away a few days later. The findings of the post-mortem examination indicated that the individual in question was suffering from acute cirrhosis of the liver and renal failure. This highlights the unpredictability that can be associated with even the most successful sporting careers. The premature passing of Bezukladnikov has caused the hockey community to be in a state of sadness. At the same time, the community is celebrating not just a player, but also a symbol of perseverance that was taken. Boris Sadek. On November 3, 2021, Boris Sadek, a brilliant forward from Slovakia who had a bright career, was confronted with an abrupt and more painful conclusion than anticipated. As a member of the Bratislava Capitals, Sadek was participating in the competitive sphere of the International Ice Hockey League. Unfortunately, his life took a sad turn during a game against the Bulldogs, which was played in the local area. It was a startling and terrifying moment when he lost consciousness on the ice, which resulted in the match being immediately called off. Although he was quickly brought to a local hospital, the attempts to bring him back to life were unsuccessful. Sadek's adventure in the world of hockey was unexpectedly cut short when he was only 24 years old, leaving a vacuum in the hearts of those who respected his skill and passion for the sport. The tragic news of his loss serves as a powerful reminder of the inherent dangers that come with the quest for athletic achievement and the precarious nature of life on the ice. Adam Johnson. With the untimely passing of Adam Johnson, a player whose aspirations were based on the Nottingham Panthers in the United Kingdom, the hockey community was shaken by a heartbreaking loss. Johnson's aspirations were anchored with the team. It was a normal game versus the Sheffield Steelers that was taking place at the Utility Arena in Sheffield until fate dealt a deadly blow to everyone involved. During the middle of the second quarter, Johnson was confronted with a catastrophic situation when he was struck in the neck by a player from Sheffield Steelers. This unsettling event brought the game to a halt and sent shockwaves throughout the arena. Johnson was taken to the Northern General Hospital in Sheffield in a hurry, despite the desperate attempts that were being made to save him. A terrible gap has been left in the hearts of teammates, fans, and the entire hockey fraternity as a result of the young player's passing, which occurred despite the tireless efforts of medical personnel. There will be a significant and painful impact on the sport as a result of his premature departure, which serves as a sharp reminder of the inherent dangers of the game and the precarious nature of life. Sergey Jolto. Sergey Jolto was a professional ice hockey player who was born on January 2, 1972 in Riga, which was then a part of the Latvian Soviet Socialist Republic and is now a part of Latvia. During his career, he participated in the National Hockey League as well as several different leagues in Europe. Jolto was a forward who played for several National Hockey League clubs, including the Boston Bruins, Ottawa Senators, Montreal Canadiens, Edmonton Oilers, Minnesota Wild, and Nashville Predators. He was noted for his skill because of his ability to play the position. His sad death occurred in 2004, but he played with the Minnesota Wild for the bulk of his National Hockey League career, which began in 2001 and lasted until 2004. Throughout his career, Sergey Jolto struggled with several heart conditions, as was previously noted. During the lockout in the National Hockey League, he was playing for Dynamo Riga in the Latvian League on November 3, 2004, when the tragic incident took place in the locker room. Although there were numerous attempts to bring Jolto back to life, he ultimately succumbed to heart failure at the age of 31. The hockey community suffered a huge loss with his passing, and he will be remembered for the contributions he made to the sport. His legacy will live on in the memories of those who knew him and the fans who appreciated his skills on the ice. Jolto left behind a wife and 2 children, and his legacy will continue to live on. Let's remember the tragic loss on the ice and honor the legacy of the NHL players who died. Which of the players did you already know? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Before leaving, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more. Until next time.